All right. Hey, everybody. This is Luke, Captain Carnivore. I thought I'd jump on here real quick and do a live. I've only done one or two of these, and getting ready to head off to work here in a little bit, and figured, wow, what the heck? Let's jump online. Haven't done that for a while. So hopefully I can get a few people to drop in here. I'd love to see if how my audio is doing. Um, since I can sit here and hear myself talk to myself, but I'm not getting any feedback because I don't have anybody in here yet. Um, so yeah, let's. I just got done eating my lunch and got my wife off to work here a little while ago. Had a delivery from the store. Yeah, normal, normal stuff. But getting ready to go to work here in a bit. I wanted to chat just for a second about my weekend, which was nothing real earth shattering, but so both my wife and I had the day off, which doesn't always happen together, but occasionally we do have the day off together. And we decided to take advantage of it and go visit my mom, which my mom lives she's about 100 miles north of us or so, a couple hour drive, no big deal. But we rarely get a chance to go up there because we like to go up together and we don't have the days off very often at the same time. So we decided to make the trip up there, which is great. And of course we plan all kinds of activities and everything. My mom is in her early 80s and she still lives on the old homestead where I grew up, which is heaven on earth. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of property that she's on. And I mean, 2-acre pond and big red barn and green grass and all that good stuff. And so aside from all that, we, food and lunch and dinner and all that kind of good stuff is a huge major event. My mom is definitely old school, and she knows the way I eat. And so she always says, I just feel so bad about not knowing, what to make you. And I was like, you know what? I'm a good son. My mom puts food in front of me. I'm going to eat it. I'm not going to, but she knows, have some meat on hand. So that's fine. And so we had a flat iron steak and a couple of side dishes and everything. And to make a long story even shorter, I had I don't know, it was a green salad with some cabbage in or whatever she put in there. And then I had a kind of a Jello salad. And then there was, pumpkin dessert. And I tried to limit my quote unquote intake of that because I haven't had carbs for a long time. Oh, hey, I had somebody jump on. Drop in and say hi. Can you hear me? I'm trying to find out if this live is even working. I got my mic turned on and everything, but I'm not sure if I'm not sure of anything. Anyways, back to the story real quick. So I get there. We have some food. It's great. I have a double helping of the flat iron steak, which was fantastic, by the way. It was great. And we had a wonderful visit, great visit. Come back the next day. Both my wife and I have to go to work. Not a big deal. And then the next day would have been the 2 days afterwards. Man, I had a stomach ache. I mean, my stomach was just a mess. And, it didn't really immediately dawn on me. It's like, what the heck's going on here? And then it dawned on me. It's like, wait a minute. I don't know how many carbs or I don't even know what, I don't know what was in there. My mom's always been a fantastic cook and whatnot. And I was like, okay, I deviated from the path just a little bit. And I have been eating virtually zero carb for over 2.5 years now. So when my body, I can't speak for anybody else, but when my body is deprived of carbs, so to speak, and you introduce them, it probably doesn't know what the heck to do. I don't know. It reacted, and it wasn't a positive reaction, and it didn't go away for 2 days. So for one meal, and it was a light meal because I tried to restrain myself the best I could. It was a light meal. I suffered for 2 days. Now, this is my experience. Obviously, I ain't no doctor. I mean, I'm about as far from being a doctor as you can possibly get. But my experience is my experience, and certainly couldn't be compared to anybody else's at all. And honestly, if I had just been eating, basically a carnivore diet for a few weeks or a few months, and obviously I don't think my side effects, so to speak, would be so drastic. But 2.5 years, which seems like a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not. My body has, I don't know, it probably recognizes poison when it sees it, or it feels it, or it gets it. And from my perspective on how I eat, that's considered poison. And my body told me so. I mean, we all eat that stuff, or I should say, our sense of taste kind of overrules our common sense. At least it did for me for all of my life. I mean, you eat something. I didn't eat anything if I didn't like it. I don't like liver, so I don't eat it. I don't like cottage cheese. Never ate it. Didn't like it. So the things that I liked, I ate. And it was because it tasted good. Now, taste is great, but fundamentally, I believe that taste was probably, we use taste to keep us alive. I mean, if it tasted like death, it would give you death. So you don't eat it. And so you sit down and you eat all this quote unquote food, and it's food, I guess, but it's not food for what I normally eat. But it tasted wonderful. It absolutely tasted delicious. But that's where it stopped. And taste isn't everything. I mean, I sit down, I just had my lunch, and it was just a couple of burger patties, lots of butter, some salt. And I look forward to it every day, and it's delicious. I love it. Been doing that for a long time, and it's fantastic. And I don't crave all that other stuff. Now, I kind of worried a little bit. I thought, oh man, like I took in, I don't know how many carbs it was. I don't even know what a carb is, but I mean, 20 carbs, 30 carbs. I mean, by any standard metric, it wasn't any hardly at all, probably. But it was enough to really mess me up for a day and a half to 2 days. And it was kind of an eye opener. Like, just let's not do that. I mean, and if you're going to, don't have this is for me. Don't have a full meal. I mean, I learned my lesson. But I'm a good son. My mom puts food in front of me. By God, I'm going to eat it. Even though, but next time I'm going to have to, I don't know, be a little bit more careful about it. I'll tell you a quick story here. My dad's been gone for over 20 years now, but when I was growing up, he was a man amongst men, so to speak, and he was the authoritarian in the family, of course. And because I'm in my mid 50s now, so I mean this goes back into the late 70s and whatnot. But so when let's see here, what are we doing here? So when I was growing up, dinner was an event. Everybody sat at the table. TV gets turned off. Radio gets turned off. Of course, we didn't have cell phones. This is the 70s, for heaven's sakes. I mean, we didn't. Hell, we didn't have. We even have a TV until 1980. So I mean, there wasn't even a TV to turn off. But you sit down at the table. Kids stay quiet. I have an older sister. And mom and dad talked about their daily business they have to go through because my dad was a roofing contractor and all this kind of thing. And so, but the food was important. It was important. And I remember, I don't remember it specifically, but the story is, a plate of food's put in front of you, especially when your mom puts it there. You're going to eat every bite, and you're not going to get it from the table until it's done. You're going to finish every bite. And, that's the rule. And the story goes, and this is my dad. He had a rule, and I only violated this rule one time in my entire life. And I was quite young, had to have been made a hell of an impression upon me. So the rule was you eat it or wear it. One day I decided I wasn't going to finish my plate. And I sat there for a while, contemplating how I'm going to get out of this. As my dad sat directly across me at the table, wondering how stubborn I was going to be. Sure as hell wasn't going to be as stubborn as my dad. And I love that man. But came to the conclusion that I was not going to finish my meal. Obviously, I hadn't gotten up and left. I mean, I didn't want to see what the heck would happen after that. So if you can imagine a plate of leftover food sitting in front of a little boy. Now, some people hear the story and like, oh my God, what kind of environment did you grow up in? I grew up in a loving environment in the 1970s. Little bit different than what today is. But my dad reached over, put his hand under the lid of the lip of that plate and went, whew. And I'm not quite sure what I had left over on that plate, but I had it from top to bottom all over me. And, it wasn't like he reached over and slapped me in the side of the head with a plate or anything like that, but it was eat it or wear it. And so from that day forward, I was very careful about what went onto my plate because there were certain things that I did not like to eat. And there's certain things I still don't like to eat. And I learned my lesson. Eat what's on your plate. We can't afford to have leftovers or whatever. But that's a story about my old man, which I miss him terribly. And to this day, when food is put on my plate, man, I don't care what the hell it is. I'm scraping every bite off that sucker. Admittedly, I did the same thing on Sunday when I was visiting my mom, and it was I had a painful recovery for 2 days. Now, was it worth it? Maybe not. But I love my mom. She's absolutely fantastic. She's 83 years old, still lives on the property. She's got like 20 acres left. She still chops her own wood. If I told you that she was 83 years old doing what she's doing, you'd call me out as a liar right away. But she's definitely an inspiration to look up to. But she always wants to try to make sure that her son's well fed. She can't quite understand or fathom the fact that I eat basically only meat, and not any homemade bread or vegetables from the garden, which is probably where everything that I ate came from, knowing her. But I did eat every bite. I don't regret it. Well, I mean, I regret it. I regret it because it hurt like hell for the next 2 days. But I sure as heck wouldn't hand the plate back to my mom. That would be a level of disrespect that I couldn't live with myself. All right. So it looks like I got somebody on here. I hope they drop in. a say hi or something, because I really want to. I've only done one or two of these lives, and one of them was in my pickup truck when I got to work one day for a few minutes, and I was just bored. But I'm just getting ready to pack myself up here and get out of here and go to work. So I thought I would drop in and put a live out there. And if anybody drops in to say hi, I'd appreciate it. But as of the moment, and I don't even know, I'm still navigating through this stuff, still learning the YouTubes, the lives. I don't quite comprehend everything that's going on there. I don't even know if my mic is working. It seems like I got some green dots floating around down at the bottom, which is great. But hey, everybody, like and subscribe. I'm trying to get some consistency. It's not easy. With all the things that life can throw at us. Trying to keep my grandson out of trouble, and we got him. He's 14 now, so he's not a trouble kid, and I'm just doing everything I can to keep it that way. I don't need that kind of problem, but everybody's got a busy life. I will tell you that eating carnivore on a busy life is a hell of a lot easier than you might suspect. Like, for example, I got up this morning, took a couple of burger patties out of the freezer, because that's primarily what I eat. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I love it. That helps. But it's also so simple. I let it thaw out for a couple hours on the counter. By the time I get my wife off to work, make myself something to eat, it's the easiest thing in the world. Absolutely mind-numbingly easy and simple. And I don't have to worry about side dishes for myself. I don't have to worry about anything except just staying consistent. I eat the same time, basically the same food at the same time every day, unless I'm on a fast, which I do every once in a while. I've done a couple of couple of 100-hour. I've done 300-hour fasts, and loved every one of them. And I'll probably do another one. Maybe I'll do one next month, or maybe I'll probably wait until after the beginning of the year, and I'll do another one of those, and probably throw some videos up on YouTube to chronicle my progress. But maybe I should, on one of these lives, I'm sitting here in the Captain Carnivore office, which is my kitchen table. I've got my backdrop right there that I put up on the wall. My wife she still rolls her eyes at me when she sees that, but anyway, she tolerates me, and thank God. I've got so many projects sitting up here on the table. Some people sit down at the table and eat dinner. I do that at Mom's house. I'm not disrespectful, but I will tell you, we don't eat many meals here at the table, because I don't have any room from all of my crazy projects I've got going on. One of these lives I do someday, maybe I'll fill you in on some of the crap that I got going on here. But anyways, I think I'm coming up on 20 minutes. I think I'll probably stay on for another minute and a half or so, and try to dream up of something else to talk about. But it's kind of fun. I don't know what to think of these lives. I don't even know what to make of them. Other than the fact that it's kind of fun to sit here and kind of do an impromptu one. I don't have a script. Obviously I can't do any editing because the damn thing's live. So it's going out there as is, take it or leave it. That's another thing my dad always said. You can take it or leave it. Doesn't matter to me. Take it or leave it. Like, yep. So there you go. If you don't like it, you can leave it. Plain and simple. Unless it's put on your plate in front of you. And then I always harken back to eat it or wear it. So, I mean, if it's on my plate, I ain't going to leave it. So, all right, guys. Well, 20 minutes of me blabbering about a bunch of essentially nothing, but it was fun. One or two of you dropped by. I appreciate it so much. I got to get ready to go. I got to get ready to go to work, believe it or not. But hey, today's my Friday. I'll muscle through it. And I don't know what my weekend holds for me, but by God, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a hardly working man. I mean, I'm a hard working man, if you know what I mean. All right, guys. Take care. Thanks for dropping by. Like and subscribe. It means the world to me. Have a good one, people.